they say, some people need no introduction. I probably do, though. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ian Henschke and I work for 891, ABC Adelaide's morning program, and tomorrow morning Richard will be my guest as well. So we're going to get Richard tonight, and if you want to get more of Richard, you can listen to him tomorrow on the morning program. But look, one of the things I'd just like to say about Richard, and this is something that comes out in the book, and the book is called Welcome to the Party That Never Ends. That's effectively the title, isn't it? But it's Richard Clapton's story. The great thing about this book is you realise that when you've got musical heroes, here is a hero that you can genuinely like. And I'd like to begin our discussion tonight by asking Richard about the hero that he met, who genuinely was a bit obnoxious. Can we just explain how?
Yeah.
Now, let's go back half a century in time. You're a young Richard Clapton.
God, when you put it like
you're
that.
Just a boy.
Yeah.
You're just a boy,
Yeah.
and you've got a hero, and you get a chance to meet him.
Now listen, there's quite a few expletives in my book, and here tonight, so I hope nobody gets offended. But the trouble is, these stories, if I water them down, it loses a lot of impact, and they're just not as good as they should be. So this is about the Rolling Stones, and I was about 15 to 16. There was 3 of us who were mates at school, and one of my mates had to leave early because his mother couldn't afford to keep him there. So he went to work for Movie Tone News. They know what Movie Tone News is. And so he had a media pass. No, I know, I like talking to my own generation.
It had kookaburras in
explanation. Yeah, about, well, long ago the Earth cooled, and then the dinosaurs came. Anyway, back to the story. So we all chipped in, and the Stones, this was their first ever tour of Australia, and they were staying in the Chevron Hilton in Clay Street, Potts Point in Sydney, and we chipped in. We got a room on the floor underneath the Stones. And so the next morning, all we had to do was just walk up one flight of stairs onto their floor. And Brian Jones was sitting down the end of the corridor, the hallway with his door open, and he was looking really tragic. And I'm pretty sure he was drinking vodka. This would have been about 11 o'clock in the morning. And he was just going zing, zing on the zither. And look, the touring and the whole damn thing was really doing his head in. And that morning, I got a really good insight into Brian Jones, just the fragility of that man. I mean, he wasn't born to be a rock star at all. I mean, he was actually, I think, if the truth be known, Brian Jones was probably a real purist blues muso, and that's what he wanted to do. So I think he enjoyed us being there because he just wanted to offload and babble to anyone at the time, so it didn't matter, it was just 3 little kids. So we spent quite a lot of quality time with Brian Jones, and then Keith came bounding into the room, and Keith was quite the opposite. Keith's so exuberant and extrovert, and I mean, he's a really happy guy. And I swear, I reckon Keith Richards is still a really happy guy. He just loves what he's doing. So we spent time with Keith, and then later on the day, we got hung around with Bill and Charlie, who are also just, I don't know, just so unaffected, so natural, so normal. So wait for it. Then anyway, so we haven't got to Jagger yet. Jagger had been out shopping all day, and it was close to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'd been hanging around on the Stones floor for hours, you know, and nobody, you know, no security, no nothing, and it was all great. And stupid Ross, my best friend from school, was just obsessive compulsive about Mick Jagger, a real fanatical stalking fan. So Jagger appeared out of the lift. Ross goes running up. Hey, Mick, oh, geez, Mick, you're my hero. Can I get an autograph? Now, piss off, you little fucker. I was like, security, get these little fuckers out of here right now. And so that was quite shattering, more for Ross than for me.
And just think, if you'd been nice, you would be Mick Clapton today, wouldn't you?
Who knows? But there's a little sequel to this, which is Bill and Charlie, honestly, Scouts Honour, had offered to take us to the Hordern Pavilion in their limo to the gig. And we were just so excited. I mean, imagine being 15 or 16 and you're, you know, your demigods just offering you a ride to the gig. And so at the preordained time, which I think was 6:30, well, you know, whatever time it was, We got on the lift to go down to the basement where Bill and Charlie had said meet them down there, and we could hitch a ride in their car. We got 2 floors down, the lift doors open, and it's fucking Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger again. Your nemesis, yeah.
And stupid Ross would go, so Mick, how come you done the 3 versions of Everybody Needs Somebody to Love? Oh, gee, I don't know. I mean, good question.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's just ridiculing us mercilessly.
And you didn't get the ride to the Hordern Pavilion?
No.
But I did find it interesting that the name Richard Clapton, is it from Keith Richard and Eric Clapton, or is it just a name you just like?
No, it's become an urban myth, and it's presented me with I've got so many problems with Wikipedia. No, I do. I mean, the guy just went back to Germany, and I was telling the Germans what's in Wikipedia, and they, especially about my days in Berlin, and they're going, what band called Bitch? There's no band called Bitch. And there was no... but look, I'm going to close the lid on it.
All right. Okay.
No, because I have a daughter that's been in Japan, in Tokyo, for 3 years now. And she and her workmates got drunk a couple of months ago. And then all of a sudden, on my Wikipedia page, my daughter's become Sasuke-san and Montana-san. So you've got these drunken Japanese kids just get in your Wikipedia page and write what
they like. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's forget Wikipedia. But is the Clapton of Richard Clapton a reference to the great guitarist?
I'm not going to go there.
Not going to go there? All right. Okay. All right.